If you want a peaceful life, be peaceful at any cost, no matter what. In the face of injustice, abuse, cruelty, defend, fight for, protect your loved ones and yourself with vigilance, but do so with peace in your heart. When we can look at all of the world's ills and still be peaceful, only then can anyone have a peaceful life. Some people do not have the capacity to be kind. They weren't taught kindness, and it wasn't nurtured in them. Wouldn't it be crazy to be mad or angry or frustrated at someone for not knowing something? Teach them, show them, love them, forgive them. We don't blame a mirror for reflecting its environment, yet we blame people all the time. We are all made from our environment. We are made from our parents. We are made from our grandparents. And there has been a very long 4 billion year making each one of us process. We didn't choose how we were made. We didn't choose where, when. And so when we can see the seeds that led to the present moment, the seeds that were planted in the past, and when we can see the seeds that are planted now, and we can understand how they will bear fruit in the future with this intensity of present moment awareness, a deep sense of compassion, empathy, and interconnected oneness emerges, because we no longer see any person as separate, and we don't see any moment as confounding or surprising, because we are in full awareness and understanding of why things are the way they are, how they became that way, and what we can do in this moment to bring about a better future with skillful mindfulness. Only with mindfulness can we truly help anyone, because we have the understanding of how our actions now will come forth in the future. And in doing so, we can create a world that is more harmonious, loving, and nurturing, so that all of us can become our happiest, healthiest, most loving selves. And that is all we want for everyone. When we see animals or people being loving to each other, we have a biological chemistry response that tells our body and mind that we are not in danger and that we are safe. This is to live in a world of balance, and this is the direction our society is moving in. We were all born into a world full of people competing for their share of wealth and staking their claim in the world. This competition for what seems like limited resources is one of the reasons we have a mental condition going on in our society, which is a compulsive chasing of what I call peak experiences. And we see this with billionaires and multimillionaires wanting to go to space for 10 minutes or any kind of thing where we read a blog and it says, if you're going to this state, this is the best mountain, you have to see it at sunset, sunrise, and you have to line up at 3 a.m. or midnight even the night before, and you might not get in, you might get a cloudy day, but this is the greatest, and it's packed for a reason because this is the only place to see the sunrise in the entire world. And so we feel as though that second tallest mountain must be a horrible mountain. And the sunrise or sunset there, no, terrible sunrise, sunset. You don't want to go there. That trail, ugly trees. And, it feels like this. And when we travel or when we're buying something and we always want the best and we always have to work so hard to get that best, we need number one because number two is embarrassing and failure and so sad. But from my experience, that second tallest mountain, there's nobody there. That tallest mountain, you can't even get a good photo because it's just a million people are blocking your view. And so my suggestion is, instead of chasing that peak experience, which we get upset if we miss, which we usually find to be not worth the trouble, we may even feel let down because it wasn't living up to the hype that everyone in the world built it up to. And we can start to appreciate more things in our lives. We can start to notice that there is no ugly lake. There is no ugly, bad tree, bad trail, and that it's all a variety and it's beautiful. We don't need to only go to Niagara Falls to see the most powerful waterfall, because the second most powerful waterfall is mind-blowing and incredible. And I highly recommend it. And there's nobody there, and you can go anytime, and it's just fantastic. So when we are in that mentality of, I have to have the best, I have to be the best, everything has to be better than my neighbors, we tend to live less for ourselves, less for what we enjoy, and we start to live for what we think others will be impressed by. And so we start to live inauthentically, outside of our true nature. And whenever we are outside of our true nature, we suffer, because what was meant for us is meant for us, and anything else is in conflict with our body, mind, soul alignment. And we operate so much better when our environment is conducive to our health and happiness. And so when we see a compulsive, incessant, insidious level of competition and greed and comparison, and it is creating a life where we cannot even appreciate the blessings we have because we are in our mind thinking of the blessings someone else has, then we can feel all of those symptoms of a body and mind out of sync and not harmonious with our true being. So my little tip from traveling and seeing all of the crazy stories of people, the richest people in the world going to extreme lengths for what is oftentimes being packed into a very tiny rocket ship that is not what they usually are used to and is not as luxurious and comfortable, but they have to have this brief moment to feel complete. And the sooner we realize we are complete already, the sooner we realize there's nothing out there to acquire, there is no experience that we can have out there that compares to total contentment, peace, and satisfaction that comes from the joy of living and the deep peace that emerges from that simplicity that enables a true, lasting happiness. So, give that a try. And remember, those moments between peaks are equally special and can contain even more lessons and wisdoms if we are willing to look.